I'm Brian Marks. I'm the VP of Sales and Marketing at SyteLine, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about us. Huge thank you to ESS, a great partner of ours. We're going to give you an overview of what to expect from Infor CRM, very briefly about its history. We're going to focus on some key features. You're going to see a live demo. We're going to touch on some of our key add-ons. We're obviously going to talk about the connectivity and the integration between your ERP and this CRM. We're also going to get a sneak peek into the upcoming AI features, which come out just around the corner in January. Also going to show our card scan add-on, which allows you to scan any business card and send it right into CRM. So who are we? So we are SyteLine. Again, we are a top CRM partner for Infor. So again, there is no SyteLine CRM. It is Infor CRM. The full name is Infor CRM SLX, but I typically would just refer to it as Infor CRM. We have a great team to support you. Average tenure is 10 years. So we really know this solution inside and out. We've been doing this now for over 25 years, focusing on CRM and BI and a few other things. We have a full sales support, training, and project management team. We do everything you need. Infor is completely behind the scenes. We are your face, and we're the ones to support you. We work with you from beginning to end. We are consistently meeting and talking to improve the system for you. We also lead the other CRM partners because we are constantly creating our own new add-ons for the solution based on the requests we get from customers and prospects. And we have a wide range of customers, mid-markets, tier one, span multiple industries. This is just a small list. Almost everybody here has an Infor ERP of some type. So we have worked with your ERP multiple times. And again, this is just a small list, but we are heavily focused on manufacturing and distribution. So that is really the key area where we have the majority of our customer base. So briefly, where did it come from? If you've ever heard of SalesLogix, then you know of Infor CRM. In 2014, Infor purchased SalesLogix. It became Infor CRM. They improved upon it. And in fact, they hired us to set up the CRM for their team in New York. That's how much they heard about our ability to manage and use this solution very well. Overall, what can you expect from it? You're going to finally have one place where the whole team can go to get everything they need to know about your customers, your prospects, your vendors, your partners. Everything now will be in one centralized location. And that's the reason why the CRM can be vital to your operations. Full mobile capabilities. This also includes all of the ERP data, and you're going to see this live today. This is, again, another huge reason why this is the best choice for you, especially considering the ERP that you're running today. Full flexibility in the way the system looks and feels for each user. So the users can change colors and they can change the layouts. They can move things around from side to side, from left to right, take things out, put things in, make adjustments as they see fit. And they're not just stuck with one look all the time. Full pricing without all the tiers and all the headaches. So you get all the core features, sales, customer service, marketing are included for one price. Plus, you get an unlimited use API. You can connect to as many things as you want. You're not going to be paying extra for them like you would do with the majority of all of our competition. So this is probably the biggest reason, or at least one of the biggest reasons why you want to choose this CRM. Infor CRM, out of the box, has bi-directional real-time ERP integration capabilities with SyteLine CSI Visual, all through Ion. Ion is a free middleware that comes with your cloud version of CRM, or if you already have cloud ERP, you already have it provided to you. Infor manages Ion. They keep it up to date. So when there's a new version of your ERP, you automatically know that Ion is going to correctly pass that data between CRM and ERP and vice versa. No cost connector. So this is a huge, huge win for you and your team. These are just the core things that I picked on, but there are many other integration capabilities and features, and I'll show some of those live today. Now, again, if you are an on-prem shop and you have to stay everything on-prem, that can still be done. You just don't get the free connector. There is an additional cost to make the on-prem CRM connect to your on-prem ERP. How does it work? So this just roughly shows you what to expect of sort of behind the scenes of what this middleware does, how it connects the ERP to the CRM, potentially if you're using CPQ, anything else, everything in the Infor family, all will flow right through Ion, again, for no extra cost for you. Top reasons to choose. One of the biggest things is ROI. Almost $9 for every dollar spent is the return on investment for a CRM. And also, by the way, we're also a lot less expensive than Salesforce, our main competitor. We've created an overlay where you can create accounts right from your ship tos. And I know this is many people that you're selling to, right? So that's why this is a big deal, because we'll make it very easy for you to create those accounts from the ship tos that, of course, we're pulling right from ERP. Again, the real-time bi-directional integration, free Ion connectivity provided again by Infor, full ticket case customer issue resolution. This isn't just RMAs that you have already in the ERP. This is everything. So again, all types of support, monitoring and resolution features are built in. Full Outlook email calendar integration. All of that comes with it. It's called XBAR. Email marketing campaigns, all of CRM alerts, notifications, full robust sales pipeline and forecasting with workflows built in. And again, the workflows aren't just out of the box. You can define them. You can decide what those need to be. The single source for all your data. And again, no sales tiers to sort through. Everything is included. So AI, it's the big new thing that everybody's utilizing these days. And of course, Infor CRM is part of it too. Comes out in version 10 in January. We're going to have full sentiment analysis. This is going to be where it's going to analyze all of the accounts, which of course, don't forget the accounts have ERP data included. It's going to give you suggestion reports, all types of action items. You can see over here, I can literally click to things that it suggests that I might want to do. You're going to get a whole news feed, and this is all going to pull in straight from the internet based on your accounts. So you're going to be right up to date with everything that's going on as it relates to those accounts in the rest of the world. You're going to be able to have a full assistant, and that assistant is based on whatever you want it to do. So again, just like Siri for the iPhone, you're going to ask it questions, and it's going to be able to help you. So here I said to him, what do I have scheduled today? You have no new activities, but I can, again, keep asking more questions. And then it also will keep track of everything I've asked previously. So below it, I've said, what are my open opportunities? What opportunities do I have here that's expected to close? Again, all the questions that I've asked, you're all going to also have access to, and it's going to give you those immediate analysis and suggestions on things to do to improve your accounts. Just like here, where now I'm seeing a lot of open ops that are expected to close in the next 30 days. And again, when you see all these blue hyperlinks, that means I can act on them. So I can go right into these and immediately start acting on them, making calls, whatever it is that I need to do. So again, this is all included in the next version of Infor CRM, which again is just around the corner, going to be released sometime in January of 2026. So how many times have you had to take a business card and manually enter that data? Those days are now over. We have an add-on. And so again, because of course it is an add-on, that means it is not included in Infor CRM. So therefore, if your team really has no need for this, you simply won't want to put it into your system. But if you do, we have a great tool called Card Scan for Infor CRM. Here's how it looks on your phone. And it literally is as simple as taking a picture. I log into the app. It appears to be an app, but it actually is working through your phone's browser. This, of course, is connected to your CRM. I literally choose to capture an image. I will then decide, am I taking a picture? Am I choosing something that was already there? Here I am taking a picture. I'm going to say use my photo. That information is now going to be extracted, where it's now going to pull all the information right from my card. Here it is over here. I can start to see that information. I can also check for duplicates at the same time. I can keep checking the information. Here's phone numbers and emails and websites. I can define lead priorities or interested in or comments, lead sources, marketing information. All of this information that you see can be entered at the time you scan that card and instantly get this information right into your CRM. I can click save. It's now going to process it. It takes about 5-ish seconds. Now it's going to tell you it's been saved. And now here it is. This gray record right here is the card scan that I just completed. It's that easy now to get everything that you have from a business card sent right into Infor CRM. Here's the detailed view of that scan information. And then also, we've created a lead history section. So if you see right here, this says lead history in blue. This is a special design that we've added to Infor CRM that no other CRM partner provides, that allows you to easily track all of your leads from origin to account creation to opportunity to close one loss status, and know exactly where all of your leads came from and how they're doing from a complete ROI standpoint. We also have a dealer portal. We know many of our manufacturing friends ultimately have dealers that often are selling their products. So we have created, again, unique to us, a dealer portal that uses an Infor CRM shared license. So that dealer can have one shared license that it can share with its whole team to literally log in to a portal that is completely secure, connected to your CRM database, but only shows the items that you want your dealers to have access to. If it's view only, it's only view only. If there's some things that they can potentially update or edit, same thing applies. You decide, you control what types of users can access it and what permissions they're given inside this dealer portal. So this is showing all the accounts. And now let's go live and jump over to the actual system itself. So here is Infor CRM, again, browser-based. Please note that I am logged in as administrator. So if you notice my cursor, I'm just highlighting down at the bottom here, it says administrator. That means I can see everything. So there's a lot more items here that most users would see. So again, if I click on, developer tools or administration, or again, administration over here in the navigation, those are all things that, again, I'm seeing just because I'm logged in as administrator. So first, let's start with what you're seeing now. This is a dashboard. And so this is also unique to every user in Infor CRM, because each user can decide what they want to see in their dashboard, where they want to see it. As you just saw me moving things around, I literally click on this and I add a widget. I choose the type of widget. I choose where the data source is going to come from, and I click save. It's literally that easy now for you to create dashboards of things that you want to see. This one is actually focused more on sales. So as I scroll down, you can see some different types of dashboards. This is not from a BI tool. This is not Burst or Spotify or Power BI. These dashboards come with Infor CRM. And so again, I can be checking things like, monitoring my back orders, the dollar amounts that my lead sources have created from opportunity standpoint. If I'm lead, I can of course be looking at my own ops, forecasts for myself, for the whole team, customers, again, based on anything that I want. This happens to be geography based. What do I have forecast close in the next 30 days, right? I can easily see those things. I can jump right into them. All these hyperlinks means I can, get into that and start working on it. The next 60 days, what are those things? I have a full customer journey feature that you're going to see today that I can also monitor through my dashboard. If I'm more of a support capacity, customer service, here's a dashboard a little bit more designed for you, right? So, who's been assigned all the tickets, who's working, the defects, what are the categories of all the types of problems that we're dealing with? Again, geography based on individuals, what types of returns are we dealing with? Are there any defects that we have, actually identified? Again, what are our open tickets, right? And who is working those and what are the assignments? And, what's the statuses of those? Individual employee, right? What are their specific tickets that have been assigned to them? So all types of things can easily be seen from your dashboards. This can be where you start your day every morning as you come in and view these dashboards. Again, lead history information. I want to see where all my leads have come from, how many leads, year to date, last year. So again, there are many different ways that I can view these dashboards and again, decide what things matter most to me. But remember, based on user permissions. So again, your admin will decide who can see what data and what data they can't see. So that's going to determine what they ultimately can use to pull in to create those dashboards. So let's pause for a second. This is a great time. Do we have any questions lingering? I could quickly go ahead and jump in and take now.
We just have one question from Arvin. Is Ion available in Infor on-prem?
Yep, great question. So no, there is not Ion for on-prem, but Infor does have another connector for on-prem. So if you want to stay ERP on-prem to CRM on-prem, you can still do that. Everything will work just like you see today. But Ion is specifically only made for cloud. So typically what we do is we will then suggest to our customers set up CRM in the cloud because you get Ion for free. Keep your on-prem ERP, and then that way you can feel comfortable to know that you're not making any changes from an ERP standpoint. But because you went cloud CRM, you got the free Ion connector. Otherwise, you can go in for CRM on-prem if you ultimately want everything to be on your servers and and fully in your control. Okay.
Thank you, Brian. And we have one more question from Richard.
Okay. Okay.
What exactly would the dealer portal be used for?
So typically we have some manufacturers who they sell through dealers. And so those dealers want to be able to check in and say, hey, what's the status of my order, right? They want to be able to know what's going on with, these accounts, right? Anything that's basically going on as it relates to their world, because those dealers are selling those products made by the manufacturer. So that's why the portal is often very, very, very important to a lot of our manufacturing customers, because that's the tool that then gives the dealers the ability to access CRM information, but they're controlled, right? They don't see anything except for their information. They don't see any other customer data. It ultimately is a completely controlled environment, but it gives them the ability to potentially create a ticket, right? Because there's an issue that they have with shipping, right? They want to check shipments. They want to know when is something going to ship. Well, of course, they could call their contact with the manufacturer. They could email whatever it is. But wouldn't it be great if they just had a portal that they could just log into, pull up whatever that information is and see, oh, okay, here's the shipment and here's my FedEx tracking information. I can literally click on that and see where it stands. That should be good. Good.
Yeah, thank you. And we have two more questions. So one is from Tim. Is mobile CRM available for on-prem?
Yes. So again, the way it will work, and you're going to see mobile today, is that if you're going to keep CRM on-prem and allow for mobile connectivity, you're going to have to open up, of course, a port from the on-prem server so that that phone, of course, can connect to it. So, again, it's just a little bit of, of IT, configurations, but that's how ultimately you're going to be able to allow that on-prem system to still use, of course, a mobile device anywhere in the world.
Okay,
Another
and
question?
we have another question from Jason.
Okay.
Dealers could update details. What is cybersecurity on this? If they get hacked and hacker updates bank details on dealer portal, do we still have approval process?
Well, so your dealer portal is running the same security as Infor CRM. So this is not a separate server. This is not a separate website. This is literally, we set this up inside your Infor CRM instance. So the same security that protects Infor CRM is going to protect this portal. And when they log in, this login is a CRM login. So they're using an actual CRM concurrent license. So again, all the same security protocols that apply to your CRM also apply to this portal. This is part of your CRM. It's just a secondary component that, again, if you need a portal, great, it's here. If you don't, then we don't touch it. Good.
Yep. Thank you,
Okay.
Brian. We don't have any more questions.
Okay. Let's keep going. We got a lot to show. So inside Infor CRM, we have what we call accounts. And accounts essentially work with contacts. So they work in tandem. And then we have leads. Leads are separate. They are all by themselves. Accounts is going to be the place where you're going to have all your customers. You're going to have all your partners, all your vendors. Basically, anybody that you do business with is definitely going to be an account. Also, qualified prospects would potentially be in here as well. But that's what this world is really designed for. If you notice, I can also already, this is what we call the list view. This is what we call the detail view. It's two different ways that we see the data. Once you understand these two views, you basically understand Infor CRM. So adoption is that simple. One of the great things you're going to notice, so when I'm looking at all my accounts, I can already see numbers, right? I already instantly know if I look at Abbott Manufacturing, what is my open op total? What is my one op total? What are my sales year to date? What are my sales last year to date? So instantly, I already get windows right into what my accounts are doing just by looking at the main screen. In addition to that, I also can organize all my information up here. You see these, what we call these are groups, this big word of groups right here. So if I want to see all my customers just in Chicago, it's that easy. I can organize them that way. If I wanted to see all of my distribution vendors, my gold accounts, whatever that is defined by you, my key customers, again, all of my accounts that have back orders, all of my accounts in this industry that I service, again, all of that is easily created dynamically by simply going over here to my filters on the right-hand side where I'm moving right now, and I can just choose whatever filter I want. And it's that easy for me to make my new group. So whatever it is I'm looking for, I want to see all my Atlanta customers. Again, go down here, save records as group. Yes. And here's my group I just made, ATCUST. And you can see it's that simple to make a dynamic group. Now, again, this is dynamically created. What does that mean? That means the group creates and updates itself. I can clear these back out. I can see all my customers again. But because this group is dynamic, if I get another Atlanta customer, it will automatically appear in the same group. So that's what makes it also super useful for you and your team. So what that means is up here, we have a powerful speed search where you can see I can search the entire CRM database, or I can just choose the things that I'm looking for. So if I know all I need to search is an invoice, I'm just going to check invoice because there's no reason to search everything else. This also will work in conjunction with the AI feature, of course, coming out next month. So that's what makes these groups great, is that even though I have a great way to look things up, I can just organize my world already in many different types of groups. And again, it's almost unlimited. I believe it's a 35 group limit per user, but that's typically going to be enough for most people to organize as they need to. And all these groups can be shared with others. So again, as I create these things, I can right click and I can share, and I can go and add a teammate that I want to make sure can also see the group that I made because I want them to use it. So it's very user friendly from that standpoint. I can also, if you love Excel, as many of our prospects still do, if you notice down here under common tasks, I can export. And so right now, this is going to export into Excel. Again, any list view that I see, I can choose to export, and that's going to give me an Excel file. And you can see I can choose how I want Excel or CSV. So I can still use this information in an Excel manner, obviously offline. So let's go into the detail view. So now let's say we want to do some work with Abbott. You're going to notice I don't have anything to scroll at the top. That's very much a Salesforce way, is everything goes at the top and you scroll and you scroll and you scroll. Now I have all my controls right in the middle. So I can literally just jump to wherever I need to go and then immediately act upon this information, or I can go over here and I can add more things to it. As you see, as I mouse over, whatever it is that I want to do, this information is going to change based on, of course, where you are. And so here's Abbott. I have 12 contacts. So these are the 12 people that work at the company. I could have 12,000 contacts. It makes no difference to the price. Nothing is priced based on contacts. Everything is just one cost, and you get all the features, as much data as you want. My notes and history, I can see what's happened in the past, what things, again, as it relates to emails and phones, and again, all types of things that I want to make sure are logged to the system. My future to-dos, my future meetings, all will be under activities. Any attachments that I want to make sure I save to the account, I'll find here. My opportunities. So I can literally now go to my account and instantly know what do I have going on with Abbott. Even if I'm not even a sales guy, I can go, oh, we have 23 open ops worth $5 million. How many have we won this year? All right, we got 8. How many we lost? All right, we lost 8. Any inactives? So I can instantly start seeing KPIs of the groups that I'm looking at. And then here they are. So I can jump and click and go right into them as I want to get more information. All of my quotes, I'm going to find right here as well. Now, typically, we recommend our CRM innovative customers with SyteLine or Visual CSI typically quote in CRM, but the sales order is created in ERP. How does that work? Well, because when I'm in a quote, I will have the ability to promote. You see down here what this says promote. So when I go pull up a quote today, you're going to see how I can send that quote and it'll send its data out into ERP. And then ultimately, when I see these sales orders, these are really just a window back inside ERP that's showing me those sales orders because we actually created those in ERP. Counting summary. This is a big fan favorite. This is where we basically give you a direct window into the ERP as if you were logged in to CSI or SyteLine or Visual right now. So I can see the customer number. I can see their statuses, their credit limit, their terms, the AR information. I can see year-to-date sales, past year-to-date sales. Are we trending up or down? Last order date, last ship date. This can be, though, anything you want. This is just where we start. We sit down with you and we figure out, okay, what are the things that you and your team need to see? And that's what we make sure we show you in the accounting summary. Remember, it's bi-directional real-time information. Now, this, I'm not going to go to edit. We're not going to give users the ability to update AR information in this view. So this particular piece of data would not be editable, but it is going to be real time. So when I see AR current, I know that that is the current AI because that's flowing right over from ERP, and that's happening within about 30 seconds. Product purchase history. Wouldn't it be great, again, to go to the account and see all the things that you manufactured, what they were, descriptions, quantities, when they were last purchased, potentially how much the dollar amount was of those purchases. Again, whatever it is that you care about, this can go as far back as you want. If it just goes back 90 days or 1 year, again, whatever that is, we sit down with you to figure out what do you want to see when we set up these tabs for you and your team so that they make the most sense and they give you the best window so that you don't have to keep spending time ultimately going back and forth between ERP and CRM, really any more than you need to. And then from a sort of a project management standpoint, every section has a customer journey. And so these customer journeys can be set up any way you want. This is set up based on a new customer welcome. And you can see I have all these steps and stages. All I do as a user is check a box and it creates an activity or a reminder or prompts me to do something. And again, all of these things you set up, it's not coded by us. So you can have 3 different journeys, you could have 30 different journeys. You decide how and when and where you want those to be used. They're great for a repetitive process. Tickets, right? So support tickets. Now you have full support built into CRM. This is not just for an RMA, right? Which is the way most of your ERPs are set up now. This is for anything you want to keep track of. And so again, full support for your customer base. And we also provide a customer support portal that's different than the dealer portal. We have a customer support only portal that's just based on the ticket world that you can also provide to your customers if you want to. And the great thing about the tickets again is that all of your support tickets can also be connected to a contract. So here's a contract tied to my customer. So I know that when they send in a support request, I'm not sure, do we cover that already? Well, guess what? All I got to do is go to my contract. And now I can instantly see what are the things that are covered under the support contract. And here are my covered assets. So it's literally that easy for me to be able to check what was that contract covering. And all of the dates and when these things are going to expire can be set up as alerts to let your customer know if they're paying for these contracts, to remind them about them before they expire so that, again, of course, they'll renew those so that you keep those support contracts valid. Not only can it alert them, it can, of course, also alert you internally. The other great thing about the navigation is I can decide where I want things. I can move things around, just like you're seeing me do now. I can decide what I want to see, what I don't want to see. And under more tabs, I still have all of this information. I can pull this up and drop it in here, or I can simply click on it. So remember we were talking to you before about creating ship tos. Obviously, my demo set situation is not linked to an actual Infor ERP. Otherwise, I would see my ship tos. With one click, I can promote those ship tos into an account. So it's that easy, again, to work with that ERP information. And so all of this is set up to connect the whole systems together. And then inside here, when I actually go to a specific contact, it still works the same as the main account. You're going to see I have a lot of the same information. The only difference now is that my notes and history, instead of being the whole account, is just for Doug. So it's just skinny that data down. Any future activities are just with him and not the whole company. Any tickets that are just connected to him, again, not the whole company. That's what makes this so effective. And now into the entire sales world, the entire opportunities section, which of course, as you already saw, links also right into the accounts, has its own section and has all these KPIs. You can decide which ones you want to see. You literally check the box, click save. It's that easy. So I can instantly get these KPIs and see them as soon as I look at my accounts. But I can also, again, when I go into any of my opportunities, I can act upon these. I can see what are the products that were used to create these ops. All of this comes from ERP, right? So SyteLine is feeding us this information. Your price matrix, this will again instantly connect. So all pricing will be 100% correct because we're pulling directly from the price matrix to get those numbers. And again, when I create those quotes, again, I can promote those right into ERP as a sales order once it's approved. All the contacts connected to the opportunity, I can find right here. Again, any attachments that we sent, notes in history. Again, the customer journey now, this is going to be based on a sales process. So you can see all the steps that we've sort of pre-set up. So you decide what these should be, but what makes this so helpful is that, especially for the new hires, this can really ensure that they understand the process that you know works best for your company, so that you know if they follow these steps, they have the best chance of closing these deals. And when you see these little bitty asterisks, there's like even required steps. They can't skip these. So as we go down and we check these boxes, everything is going to be logged. Again, they're going to have these things actually, give them action items. They're going to be able to use these to their advantage. And again, you saw them in the dashboard. I can then also monitor all this from a dashboard standpoint. Every one of your quotes, again, these can instantly be promoted so that they're going to go right into ERP as a sales order. So if you see down here under quote test, I can create proposals, I can convert to sales orders, I can promote. So there are many things that I can do. I, of course, can curate the proposal of this. I can then email it right out of CRM to send it to my end user for approval. And then, of course, the sales order section itself. This, again, of course, is going to be typically pulling right from ERP. Leads. So remember I said leads are separate. You can have as many leads as you want. They can be the same company as you have under accounts. They can be the same people. These aren't going to stop you from duplicates. It's up to you to decide what do you want to allow. If you don't want to allow dupes, simply don't allow dupes. It's an option you can set or you can allow it. What makes the lead section great is this is really where you want to bring in like all your trade show meetings on those people, because I can now go through here and work all of my leads. I have many ways that I can qualify these, and I still record all the information, meetings, attachments, and proposals, and all of that. And once I'm ready for them to say get a quote, because that's the point I consider them qualified, I literally click one blue button, and it's that easy for me to send them into accounts and contacts. I check this box to check account company, click update potential matches, and instantly I can see, do I have a match? And I do not. It's similar, which is why it showed it, but it's not the same. If it was a match, I would just add contact. Instead, I'll just click convert. I can also tell it to create an opportunity right after a conversion. But this is what keeps your data clean, is that we have a system as well for conversion to check and make sure you're not creating duplicate data back into your accounts and contacts. If you do, not a big deal. We can also easily merge all of these things, go into the system right out of the box. When you look at things in the list view, I can simply choose two of these items, right click, and merge records. So just so you know, very easy to control as well. So again, think of leads as where you want to basically put all of your unqualified data, trade shows, webinars, Facebook ads, LinkedIn ads, website forms, whatever it is, right? All of that's going to come into here. And then on top of that, this is unique to SyncSite. No other CRM partner offers this. We made a lead history section. So if you notice, if I click on this lead and I kind of scroll from left to right, I can show you the lead source it came from, the account that was created, the opportunity that was created, the opportunity sales potential, and when was the first order date, right? All of that, plus the dollar amounts, the year it happened. So I can keep track of all of my lead history. So no longer will the days be of, I'm not quite sure where this lead came from, because now you and your team will be able to know exactly where your leads came from. I want to see all of my leads that created an order, right? All in here. All my leads that have opportunities, right? My leads that I made last year, right? However you want to organize these, all of these are available to you instantly. One of the great things too about getting the data into the CRM is that you have the ability to use Outlook to do all of that work. And so if I look up, let's say us, here's how easy it is to do that. So here's our company, and I'm going to pull up my own record. Again, you're going to find me right under contacts. And so now, once I do that, I'm going to go right into Outlook and connect CRM to Outlook. I'm going to do it through an email. So I'm going to pop a new email. I'm going to say test and test. And if you notice, I have send to CRM, or I can do regular send. This is the magic sauce. I'm going to choose send to CRM. Now I have a bunch of me in here. So we're going to see actually a couple of these because I use myself for testing purposes. So right now it's saying, hey, I got these duplicates. Yep, that's correct. I'm going to put it into my contact records, not my leads. So I'm going to say, okay. Here, of course, is the actual test itself. You're going to see here's my contact record in an X bar. And so inside Outlook, I can see all my history. I can see whatever activities I have coming up. This meeting now is in the past, so it would have shown up in there. I can see every note that I've created. I can see dashboard items as it relates to my record specifically. And now when I go back into CRM, refresh my screen. There's my test that I just put into CRM for Outlook. Even better, I can also simply drag and drop. So let's say I wanted to put in this email from Ali, who's one of my favorite Infor employees. I'm going to pull this off the screen. I'm going to simply drag and drop. I'm going to say okay. And now it was that easy for me to put Ali's email to me right back into the system. And so that is what we call XBAR. And so XBAR, again, gives you the connectivity to work right between CRM and ERP. Oh, and there's more. It also connects everything as it relates to your calendar. And so now, if you notice over here, look at the bottom of this Outlook pane. See how I have all of my contact accounts, opportunities, tickets. I can now go and associate this meeting right with my CRM. So I can connect Outlook and CRM in multiple ways, quickly and easy, all through XBAR, which comes free with Infor CRM. All right, we are getting tight on time. I still got a few more things to go. Let's take a quick break. Is there another question that came in?
Let me see. But no, not right at the moment.
Okay, excellent. So another thing that comes with the system is
Oh,
a full, oh, yep, go ahead.
sorry, Brian. Sorry to interrupt. So Jira is asking a question. Is 2FA supported for logins?
Yes. So we do have the two-factor authentication available. And so what makes that great as well is you can actually now through Mingle, you can actually log right into ERP, and that will also instantly give you the connection right into CRM as well. So there won't also be any secondary connections. Any other questions?
No, not at the moment.
Okay. Another thing that comes with Infor CRM is a whole marketing section, and that includes campaigns. The reason why I love this campaign section is for all of us on this call who especially go to trade shows or you run big promotions of some type, social media, direct mail, email, again, whatever that might be, you can take those trade shows, put them right into the campaign section, include everybody that you promoted to. You can store all of your costs. So you're going to see all of your trade show costs, all the metrics, expectation numbers, opportunity numbers. I can see what opportunities were created that were tied back to my trade show, what products we specifically promoted at the show. responses that we had at the show, past, post show, again, opportunities that we generated, future meetings that we want to show as well, all the stages and tasks that we went through to promote this. Again, I showed you the targets already that you were going to go after. All of that, of course, again, comes with Infor CRM. So now you have one repository where everybody can monitor all of those shows. And in addition to that, we have an add-on. So again, this is an extra cost. It's not included with Infor CRM called Inbox Guru, but this works natively inside Infor CRM. And this allows you to create all types of email campaigns that uses your live CRM data. It also provides landing pages, which is where you connect your forms from your website to my CRM itself. So again, no double entry of data. You get full web intelligence. So I know who's on my site, what pages they went to, how long they spent. And so again, all of that is built in. I also have full asset management, so I can send pseudo attachments to customers and prospects, and they can open them and look at them just like attachments if they want to, or they can even download them if I give them permissions to do it. But of course, I don't actually send a real attachment because that's a big no-no in email marketing campaigns. And so again, Inbox Guru is included as an add-on, but it works natively inside Infor CRM. So I have the ability to use all of my contact and lead information. And even better, inside the system, what this will also give your whole team is I can see under notes and history what campaigns they were sent. I can click on them and see the campaign itself. I can see the results, opens. I can then look at a specific tab just made for this that shows all of their activity with my campaigns. I can then look at another tab called marketing, and this is going to show every campaign that you've sent that actually now this person has been engaged with. So again, I can see what their engagement has been. So all of this is built in when you use Inbox Guru. And I also score everything. So I have Inbox Guru has a scoring feature. So I'll be able to score all of my data and see who's most engaged, who's least engaged. And so when I go to my scored leads section, you can see my numbers. I can then decide who are the people that I definitely should be reaching out to. So that's the scoring side of this. In addition to that, anybody have to do a travel trip? I'll go back to my demo site. It does the same thing. We have a feature called Contour Distance Search. This is a really big fan favorite. Let's say you're going to go to Chicago and you want to visit your customers 10 miles from the city center. Oh, here's my customer list. That looks perfect. And now I can literally create a map. I can send this right to my mobile phone, and I instantly have my entire trip planned out from first to last. And if, by the way, I realize I know I can't hit this one or this one, I simply turn it off. So it's that easy to control. So built-in trip maps in Infor CRM, again, comes with a solution, no extra cost. And next, let's jump over to mobile because we are getting tight on time. Here's Infor CRM Mobile. It works just like the full version. This is not watered down. It also works offline. If you notice, I have a section called My Briefcase. I can go to any of my accounts, add them to my briefcase, and then when I get on the plane, I can go to my briefcase and pull up all of those accounts. I just tell it up front, hey, I want to save these 5 accounts because I know that's where I want to work on my plane flight, and instantly, as soon as I get back on the land and I reconnect, all that data will sync. So here we go. Everything you've already seen, accounts, contacts, leads, ops, tickets, all that's built in. I have my list view and my detail view, just like we saw before. Here's my list view. Of course, alphabetical. I, of course, can also search and find them. But let's say I know I want to go see Abbott. I can then pull them up. Inside Abbott, just like before, I'm going to get a detailed summary. I'm going to have dashboards, again, just like before as well. And I'm going to be able to, view those before I go meet with a customer or whoever, it might be. Whatever it is that I need to see, I'm going to be able to see here all my CRM items. So again, activity, contacts, ops, tickets, super important, right? Because what if potentially overnight a new ticket came in? So I'm going to want to look at this before I walk in that door, because just in case there might be a disaster with a shipper and I really don't want to get blindsided. So I instantly now can go and dive deep into that. Or even, how about I want to check everything in the ERP? So here's now my link right into ERP, and I can now go pull up everything as it relates to my customer as if I was actually on, a laptop, and all of it's right now at my fingertips. So let's say I'm going to go to my contacts and I'm going to meet with John. I can do all these things, but I also can do an add-on that we've created just from us called check-in. And what we love about check-in is you're going to notice I have all these preset questions. Your admin sets these up. We don't code them, so it's very easy to control. They can change whenever they want. They literally, when you go and make that meeting and you finish up, you just toggle and use voice to text. And wherever you see things that you want to answer, you just drop it down, use voice to text. I can also, of course, do things like this. It's not all voice to text. And look at this, trip summary, right? Again, all of this will save right into CRM. It can also email to individuals as well. So it's super, super easy to make all of your updates fast. Do it on the plane, do it in your car, do it in person, even if you need to, right? All of this is easily done. And I click save. And now this has gone right back into Infor CRM. So when I go back to my account and I look at my history, I'm now going to see, here's my record, 1210. This can all be reported on. This can be shown in dashboards. That being said, we have about 4 minutes. Any more questions? Because we are basically out of time.
We have one more question from Tim. Does it also connect to Meta?
Yes. And so we've done that for many customers where we have created what we call basically a webhook. And so the webhook is just like where you saw in the lead section, where you saw LinkedIn ads, Facebook ads. Facebook, of course, is Meta. And this is where we create the webhook so that your Facebook ad submissions, that data was sent right into CRM. One last thing I want to show you real quick too is alerts are built in. So here are alerts to remind us about opportunities that were not followed up in a week. So again, instantly notified about that. Here it is, a web form that was completed using the Inbox Guru add-on. And so again, I instantly get that information. Any tickets, right? If information is not completed, I get reminders, right? Something is past due. A brand new lead comes in the system. I get all that information out of the great country of Canada and a link right here to go right to that lead to act upon it, right? A lead, again, that was not followed up. I'm going to get reminders to tell me that I didn't do what I was supposed to do. If it keeps going, it can also then be set to notify manager. So there are multiple ways that the system can be proactive and let you know about things that you need to make sure you're doing. Key accounts that were contacted, new customers that have been added, sales declines. All of these alerts are built into the system and are ready for you to help you do a better job. All right, any more questions? We know we got like 1 minute left.
We have one more question from Nathan.
Okay.
How long would it typically take to implement and integrate into our systems?
So on average, it's about 90-ish days. Those are working days, not counting weekends. So usually it's about a 90-day process from the point we officially kick off, where you sign the agreement. We're going to come out to you. We're going to sit down in your conference room. We're going to put together the scope of work, the main business plan, and that's going to basically dictate the entire project. We're going to work with your ERP partner if you have one. If you're Infor Direct, we'll work with them as well. So again, we'll make that connectivity happen between both systems. You'll be involved from a testing standpoint. If you're an IT director or manager, you only have to do as much work really as you want. Meaning, if you want to get your hands dirty and really get involved, you can. If all you want to do is be involved in approvals, i.e., testing, that's fine too. It's totally up to you.